All right, you guys, this is our very first team Zoom for our team in May. So I'm so excited just to collaborate together, to gather around together and just start this month so strong. Like, who is on fire right now? I will tell you guys, like, I am so blown away. April was insanely incredible, you guys. This month we are surpassing April already. And so it's just been so fun. And so if you haven't already, like, you guys got to put your running shoes on and just get with this momentum, because it is just, this is rare air that we're breathing right now. So all of you guys, if you are brand new to our team, I want you guys to put in the comments below, just say, hey, I just started, so we can welcome every single one of you guys. And you guys are going to hear from 3 VIP, new VIP and Rachel Melton, VIP Elite girls today who just totally killed last month. And so I'm so excited for you guys just to hear exactly what it took for them to get to a rank that they are making a 6-figure income, a multiple 6-figure income. So we are gonna just kind of dissect exactly what that looks like. And we want you guys, like, in the chat, first of all, grab your pen and paper. Make sure you guys have your cameras on and just ready just to have an open heart, an open mind, and just ready to receive any information that you need to receive right now. And so I'm super excited. So my name's Amanda, you guys. I've been doing this for 6 years. For those of you guys who don't know who I am, I'm an Ambassador Diamond leader on our team. We're going to have several more ambassadors pop this year, and I'm just so dang excited. But I wanted just to really quickly just kind of prepare, what does, preparation for our month look like? And so because, you guys, this is a really big month and just the momentum is so high, like, we just want to stay so laser focused. And so in order to do that, we really want to make sure that we're preparing for our month. And so some of these things, we're already at the 5th day of the month. And so we want to make sure that some of these things are already set in place. And if they aren't, you guys, before you guys go to bed tonight, just make sure that they are, okay? So number 1, you guys, charts are out and printed, and you want to have your charts, like all of your stuff, like with you, like 24/7. So you know exactly, you're looking at that every day. You know exactly what you need to get to your promotion. You know exactly, what it's going to take, and you are constantly seeing that and knowing it. And when we see things like that, when we're constantly visualizing and we're constantly putting it out there, like, it is just so incredible what the universe gives us. Like, it's wild. And so, make sure you have your charts printed out and with you at all times, you guys. And then the other thing, you guys, is make sure that you have your numbers already done. Okay. So you guys should know at this point, at the 5th of the month, how much volume you need, how many distributors do you need, and so forth. Okay. The other thing, you guys, is I want to know who is doing our host a post challenge, like our 10 host a post challenge. Like, put in the chat. Do you guys all know what that is that we're doing? Jennifer Weatherly. Did you guys all see Jennifer and I on our video today? Jennifer killed it. I was like, girl, you are literally ambassador. Like, she just killed it. I was so proud of her. I'm like a mama bear, just so proud of my girl. So it was really so fun for me. But okay, so awesome. I love all of this. So you guys, the 10 host a post challenge is that every single day for this month, and you're going to want to obviously continue it because you're going to have massive results, but every single day for this month, you are going to have 10 people post for you. Okay, so simple. My biggest tip for you on this is to start asking people in the morning. Start asking people early on. So then you are, like, I already have 12 host to post up, you guys. And I started that early in the morning. Okay. So that way that I don't have to be like, oh my gosh, I don't have anything up, and then scrambling in the evening time to try to get that. So 10 host to post up, you guys. Okay. And then the other thing is, if you have not watched the host to post videos, we have 4 out already? So we have 4 out already. Make sure that you guys go back and watch number 1, okay? You can actually find them if you go to the unit section on our team page. I just put a units up in there. So you can actually go on there and you can find them right on there, and just start with day 1 and work your way down. But we're doing them every day until Sunday, okay? Or actually every day until Saturday. Okay. And then the last thing, so I want, that is a commitment that you guys are making to do those 10 HOSA posts. I see Melissa and Jennifer laughing at each other. Like, I want to know. No, just joking. But 10 HOSA posts every single day, you guys. And then the other thing is that you guys, I want you guys to take another challenge, okay? And this other challenge is just going to be for our team, but it is to commit to going to at least 2 power hours a week, okay? 2 power hours a week. And so, we literally, our team probably does at least 2 to 3 power hours throughout the day. And so, find a time, whether it's early in the morning that we have them or late at night, or maybe it's the middle of the day, find a time that works for you. And, jump on 2 power hours, because that's going to help you so much. Just get your work done and really learn, different ways of working the business. Okay, so I just have to shout out, Melissa and Rachel Wilkins, who literally got to, triple diamond in April. And triple diamond, if you guys do not know, that is our VIP rank. It is the 3rd rank from the very top rank of the company, making a 6-figure income. And I will tell you guys, that rank is no small feat. Like, that is a rank where, it takes grit, it takes commitment, it takes, perseverance. It literally is a rank for, if anyone gets to triple and above, it is not because they just got there by luck. They worked their butt off, okay? So you guys are going to hear just so many amazing things about how they did it. We're going to dissect each one of them into, how they got to their promotion. And then we're going to hear from Rachel Melton. She went presidential last month, you guys. Presidential is the 2nd highest rank from the company, and that is considered a VIP elite. And presidential, again, like that, I remember that was the rank that I was like, oh my gosh, it's an incredible rank. And so it is, like I said, the 2nd highest top rank from the company, making a multiple 6-figure income. A multiple. And each one of these ladies got a $30,000 bonus. Actually, Melissa and Rachel got a $50,000 bonus, because their biggest leg, you guys, is their husband. So not only is Rachel and Melissa they built themselves to, triple, but they built their husband to double. Okay. And so isn't that crazy? So they are literally leading the way. But what I want you guys to all know is, whether you just started or whether you've been in this business for 6 years like I have, you guys, they started this business just like you guys did. We all start this business paying that, startup fee, and knowing really nothing about the business, learning the business and learning how it works, and just going day after day after day and not giving up. Okay, so you guys are going to hear just incredible, tips and all that kind of stuff. So who's excited? I want you guys to give these ladies some love in the chat. And throughout this, you guys, if there's a specific question you want to ask, I want you guys to put it in the chat, because this is the time that we get to come together every single week, and we get to collaborate together. We get to learn together and grow together. That's why we do this, okay? So I'm so thankful for Melissa and Rachel Wilkins and Rachel Melton, who are just giving their time up tonight just to pour into you guys. So I want to see, Val is going to help lead. Are you good, Val? You want to take it away?
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
We were going to have Rachel Wilkins go first. Did you want to do Rach first, or did you want me to do?
Oh, it doesn't matter. I can do Rachel first.
Okay.
Sorry, I signed past those notes.
Oh, you're good. It's all right. I just want
to. Okay, perfect. All right. So, okay, Rachel. So, Rachel Wilkins, I'll unmute you, my friend. And I will just tell you guys, if you do not follow Rachel, I want you guys right after this to hit the follow button and follow her, because she's so amazing, you guys. Incredible energy, and it's just no wonder where she is. Because she's so good at this. So, okay, Rachel, will you just give us just a short, little introduction of yourself and just how amazing you are?
Hi, you guys. Okay, so my name is Rachel Wilkins. I have been in the business for 2 years now. I'm a mom of 2. My husband works for the police department, so he always got crazy hours. And I joined this business just to make extra money for a car payment. And it turned into me being able to quit my bartending gig that I was working nights and never was able to put my babies to bed. And now I've been home full-time, like full-time family. Well, my husband still works, but I've been home full-time with my babies for the past year. And it's just like totally changed my life. I love it.
I love that so much. And you guys will hear, especially if you are new, you guys will start to hear everyone's story and just how powerful they are. And I wish like we had so much more time to go into everyone's story. And we will at some point for those of you guys who haven't heard, you know, there's everyone's stories. But tonight we really want to just get into how in the world did they go from being a distributor to making a multiple or like a six-figure income? Okay, so we want to get into that. Don't you guys all want to make that six-figure income? Okay, so Rachel, okay, so first of all, I want to know, how does it feel being a triple diamond? Like, what does it feel like? You're in a group, you get to be amongst the top 1%. Like, what does that feel like?
It feels freaking crazy. I was texting Valerie yesterday and I'm like, I literally feel like I'm floating. Like, I don't know what to do with myself because I've pushed for this promotion for so stinking long. And I just, like, I made it. I feel like I made it, but then I feel like I have so much more to go, but like, it just feels incredible. Like, I've wanted this for so long, especially from going, like sitting at conference and seeing like the VIP seating. I'm like, I want that. Like, I'm going to get there. And it's just like super exciting.
Yeah, that's so amazing. So what would you say, like, what were some of your obstacles that you had during this month? You know, because let's just face it, like we all have life that has happened. And, you know, during this time, it's been a tough time. And so for people to excel in this business, you guys know that we're at the right time, the right place with the right people, the right team. And so to have so many promotions happen, we had over, I think it was like, 113 promotions or something last month. Like, that's insane, right? So Rachel, what were some obstacles that you faced and how did you get over them to still continue to push to such a high rank?
I feel like the number one thing was just to get out of my own head. You know, like I got to double really fast and I've been saying I'm going to go triple for a year, but it kind of just took that like mindset of like, no, I'm so stinking close. I'm going to freaking do it. Like, I'm not going to get in my head and get discouraged. I'm not going to get like lazy and say like I'm doing sorry. Hold on. Sky, can you get your brother? Sorry. But yeah, so I'm like, I'm not gonna get discouraged. I'm actually gonna do the work. Like, I'm gonna actually say that I'm gonna do this, because there's some times where you're feeling like you're working all day, but like you're not actually getting your steps to success, or like your steps done, like your core 4 and more. And so it was just me really waking up early and just making that time for those things to get my actual 10 host posts out, instead of saying like I am doing my host post, but I'm actually doing it. But yeah, it's basically just the mindset that changed it for me.
Yeah, I love that so much. So, okay, kind of talk to us, because obviously you're a mom and you're very, very busy. And so, you know, running a business and being a mom, like, you know, talk to, you know, all of us who do have, you know, kiddos and who's a mom and, you know, wearing so many different hats. You know, us as parents, like we wear so many hats. And so to still be able to run a lucrative business, you know, what does that take? Like, what is the life like when you know, how do you do that?
It's basically, you just got to make time for it. You know, you can't make excuses. There's like, for me, I liked sleeping in. I never said I was a morning person, but I made sure to do that, because when I woke up in the mornings to my kids, like being super demanding, saying like, I want this, and grumpy because they want their like TV show on or something, you know, like that, like totally ruined my mood. It took me forever just to get to my actual work. And so me actually waking up every single morning at 6 o'clock and having like full 2 hours to focus on me and focus on my business has really changed like all of it. You know, like I was actually able to get everything done because my checkoff list for my business is completely done before the kids wake up. And then the rest of my time is like whenever I can get a moment to get my hands on my phone is like, I'm going to be messaging my team. I'm going to be checking up on my host post. And then when the kids go to bed, it's just the same thing. Like I'm going to keep doing it like keep going on like my messages, my work, whatever, like once the kids are in bed until like my messenger like just runs dry and everyone's sleeping, you know. But that's basically it. Is just you have to make the time for it.
Yeah, I love that so much. So you have to make sure that you are, you know, putting like just like if you were going to go to work, you have to make the time out of your day, right? You go to work from this time to this time. So you have certain like work like hours, you could say, right? You have a schedule that you're doing. And so you know when you're gonna work, you know, before the kiddos wake up, and then, you know, then you're with the kiddos, and then you do a little bit here. So you're working, you know, throughout the you know, the day of like what, you know, you're working this business in between your family and your kids, but you're still being so intentional with the work that you're doing. So you
Yeah.
mentioned something about your checklist. Can you kind of explain? I'm sorry. I'm just giving you these questions. You get the script, you guys.
It's good.
I'm just
Yeah.
throwing these questions at you. But what is your checklist? Can you tell everyone like what exactly do you do each day?
Yeah. So I feel like I have like major anxiety, like I get it quickly. And so if my kids are up and about and I don't get my post up, or if I don't get my messages out before they are, like I'm having anxiety all morning until I get that post up, and I just feel like I'm a big mess. So I make sure I'm going to get my post up. I'm going to make sure I make sure I send my messages out for my host to post. I make sure I spend that time to actually check my post, because there's comments that I've missed and I'm like, oh crap. So I want to make sure I've touched all my bases. But I really make sure, like you'd be surprised of how many people will respond like first thing in the morning. But I do my work to get my host to post out mainly in the beginning of the day, because then I feel it's like my anxiety. Like I feel like if I don't get that up, I'm gonna be like scrounging around, like trying to like, oh my gosh, like I need 3 more host posts for today. Like I need 4 more, you know, like if that's totally done from the very beginning, then I'm gonna be like smooth sailing the rest of the day.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are, you know, our team has really always been really big on host to post. We've been doing, this is nothing new for us, but it is something new for our company. But for our team, we've been doing this for years. And so, you know, how big is host to post? Like how many enrollments would you say come from host to post for you?
Like 90%. Like it's all of my customers basically are from host to post, and the rest that are like from my page are just from potentials that I've just been following up with, or that were originally from a host to post but never ordered it. And so once they saw my post on my page, then they're like, oh okay, like now I'm ready because I've been seeing it on your page forever. But like basically like all of my customers are from host to post.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that so much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you were like, what would you say, what's like your biggest tip that you would give somebody who's promoting to a rank that really does take grit and commitment and, you know, consistency? What would you say to those people who are promoting to diamond and above right
I would say for sure make the vision with your like key players, you know, like who's your emerald, who's your ruby, who's your diamond, you know, like whatever rank you're going for. Make sure they know exactly what they need, you know, because you need to know, you need to be on the same page. You can't just be like hustling and then everybody else is still confused. You need to for sure be like, okay, like you're gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and we got this, you know, like tag team, you know. What we focused on was just getting boxes done every single day. Like say like, okay, like for the next few days or however long it takes me, I'm gonna work on this box, you work on this box. And it felt so rewarding to like mark it off together than just like finish a box completely. And then you're just like, heck yeah, like I got this. And then we're like, okay, now I'm gonna do this box, you know, like you really like, it's a team effort. So I would say for sure that make sure everyone's ready. And then also just your mindset, because like I've been like at double for over a year, and and it was really because I was like, oh, like I want that, but like I wasn't like mentally ready to put in the actual work that it took. And I was saying, and I just got in my head a lot. So it's just like make sure your mindset is there, because you can think that you're getting discouraged, or you're thinking that people are not wanting to order, or that you're not working hard enough. You know, you can say all those things, but if you just say like, no, like I got this and I'm doing this, then you can do it. You know, it's literally a mindset. The moment I like start thinking anything negative, or even like I catch my team saying anything negative, I'm like, don't you dare say that. Like we're not going there. You're going to bring that negative energy up in here. So just let's cut it, you know, like let's go do some like let's just knock it out of our mind because we're not thinking about that.
Yeah, I love that so much. And the thing is, you guys, is, you know, Rachel said she was at Double for a year and a half. And I know Rachel and I know Rachel very well. We're very close. And she always shows up. There's not one time she doesn't show up and lead her team from the front. And so when she says mindset is a really big part of it, it really, really is. We can get stuck at a rank and we could be showing up and doing the work. But if we aren't doing the self-development, if we aren't, you know, doing the things that we need to do to go to that next rank, to prepare for that next rank, you guys, then we can get stuck very easily. I have done that before too. I was stuck at triple for 2 years. And it was because mindset. And so, you know, it really, really is. And there's nothing wrong with that. There really is nothing wrong with that, because it's also a time that we grow and a time, you know, so there really is nothing wrong with it. And everyone's journey is there. But did you hear what she said? The key thing is mindset. As soon as she realized that that was what she needed to work on, you guys, she popped to triple like no other, you know. And I will just say, Rachel is one to lead her team from the very front. She is showing up to everything, coming to everything. You know, so it is just so amazing. And so you even got a shout out last night from Amber Parker. It was so awesome. Yeah, I love it. Awesome. Val, do you have any questions that you want to ask Rachel?
No, I just wanted to say, like, great freaking job, man. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Rachel, do you have anything else that you want that's like on your heart that you're like, I need to say, or all your stuff was so good?
No, I think it's good. Just freaking go for it, you know. Just don't do the actual 10 host posts. I swear, like, if you just say if you're gonna do your host post and only get 3 out, like, it's not gonna go as fast as it needs to go. Like, just do the 10. They tell you to do 10, do 10.
Exactly. So, okay, I do have one other question before we go into Melissa. So you said, because it's about the mindset. So there's so many times that we know that we need to do that, but we just don't want to. We're tired. We don't feel like it. We're not motivated. So
Yeah.
How did you, on those days that you were tired, motivated, your kids were all over the place, like it was chaos, like I get it, like that's how my house is. How do you still get your work out? How did you still like do it? Like what kind of stuff is it? Self-development? Like what do you do so that you continue to make sure that you're getting your work done?
What I really got into was kind of just like, I've been listening to worship music a lot lately. It really it's just like you put earphones in it, like you can feel it like touching your soul, you know, like you just feel so good after. That was one of my things. And then also self-development in the morning. Like my son's banging on the door now, but like I literally earphones are my best friend, you guys. Like as long as I can visually see them, they're not getting hurt. I'm like zoning you out. Like I don't need to hear you guys screaming at each other. But it's literally just podcast, self-development, worship music, whatever just makes you excited. Dance around your kitchen.
Yeah, awesome. I love it. Well, I love you so much. I'm so proud of you. Thank you so much for sharing.
Welcome. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, I am seriously, like, I have been sweating. I am so excited to, like, get to grill Melissa right now. She's the one that comes up next. And this girl, you guys, I'm going to have her, like, tell a little bit about her story, but get a pen and paper out because you are going to want to take notes from this girl. I think she might be the fastest person on our team to promote to VIP. Am I right? I feel like I might be. Yeah, I mean, so that is insane. So I'm just so proud of you and so pumped. Like it has been such an honor to watch you since day one, like join this business and just freaking skyrocket. So tell us all a little bit about yourself real quick, and then I will jump into the questions.
Hi guys, so my name is Melissa Anglero. I am from New Jersey. I have been in the business for 10 months. It will be 11 months this month and a year. I can't believe I'm almost like in that year mark next month. I started this business the same day that I lost my job on June 17th. And I've been home ever since. As you heard, I did go VIP in the 10 months. It took a lot of grit and a lot of discipline. But at the end of the day, you know, it happens. I'm a mom of 3. I have 3 boys. My oldest is 18, and I have a 14-year-old and a 9-year-old. I am married, and thankful that my husband is such a huge supporter. And that is another reason why it made it so possible for me to be where I am, besides my team, because of his support. And, you know, I was in school. I was in school for social work, and I was able to drop out because after I seen the income that I can make, I said, there's no way that I'm going to continue to get in debt. And instead, we're actually paying off debt and almost done paying off our debt. And yeah, so that's pretty much about it. Like for me, like
Oh my gosh, dude, that is just so incredible. I had no idea that you stopped going to school. I was going to ask you if you were still going to school, but that's so incredible. Like, so when you first signed up, when you decided to join Jennifer, like, what was your goal with the business? Did you have any idea that you were going to take it this far? What did you tell her you wanted to make monthly?
so like when I lost my job, I've been following Jennifer for a year and a half. So that same night, as I was talking to my husband, she popped up on my newsfeed. And I said, let me just reach out to her to see what it is. And she told me the price, and instantly I said, there's no way I can't do it. And then she was like, oh my goodness, this will make like such a life change for you, especially now that you lost your job. And so I had exactly that 115 in my account. I spoke to my husband. He said, go for it. I did it. My goal was to join and just make about $200 a month just to have at least for groceries. My mindset at that point was, if I don't make anything from it, then at least I have the products. I get to try the products. I get to lose some weight and see how it goes. Listen, it did not cross my mind that I would sign so many customers and double rank in just 4 weeks being in the business. There was just no way. That was not in my mind. And it was just, I started with the hype and I'm like, okay, now what? Now this, now that, you know? And I just fell in love with it. I saw the vision. I saw the fire in her. I saw the fire in everybody. And I was just like, you know what? This is what I need, especially because I came into this business depressed, broken, bitter, angry, and I was suicidal. So this business not only changed my life financially, but also my mindset, my life, my marriage, my home, and my family.
Wow. Yeah, that's incredible. I mean, did you guys hear that? Like, she literally joined to make a couple $100s. I think probably 99% of the people that joined this business did it just to make a couple extra $100. But once you get in and you see the potential, Chloe, like, why, sorry guys, fur babies, like, why stop there, right? Like, why not keep going? It really does take the same amount of work. It just takes more like self-growth, I feel, right? So let's talk a little bit about that, because I am inspired by you, man. Like, my whole team we are like, what is this girl doing? I mean, your leadership is on point. You are always so inspiring. Tell me a little bit about what your chat looks like on a day-to-day basis. Like, I mean, what are you guys doing?
So I have a few chats. Like, I have a chat for my newbies, you know, as they enter. As they get their 6 customers, then I start moving them out, kind of like a graduation type thing. You know, you've done that, you know how to host posts, you know how to do everything, and then you're off to the bigger chat. In my bigger chat, it's a family. We are a united family. Like, it's not just business in our chat. You know, these girls, they're everything to me. You know, like, they show up every day. If they need prayer, if I need prayer, we're like, we need prayer. You know, I'm very transparent with them. They know when I'm going through something. I don't live a perfect life for them, because it's important that they also know that their leader goes through battles, right? The month of April was the worst month for me. There was so many scares in my life, being sick. My son, while, you know, he was working, he got hurt or almost got hurt. You know, we had a COVID-19 scare in my home. Like, our home in April was crazy. And I share that with them. You know, we are very transparent with one another. We love on one another. You know, we all cry if we gotta cry, we laugh, you know, and it's just that unity that's in that chat that continues to keep us going. And I think that is, and I thank God that I have the honor and the privilege to lead them, because, you know, they're all amazing, they're all unique in their special ways, and we all come together at the end of the day and we make things happen together.
I love that. Yes. So now I want to know a little bit about the work. Like, what is your 6 list every day? Do you and your team have like the same 6 list? Do you guys like count off like what you're doing, like rounds in the chat every day? Like, what is your 6 list, and what's like your routine?
So my routine, basically, you know, I definitely wake up before everybody else. And I focus on me before I can focus on them. So, you know, my me time is, you know, making sure I get my personal development in, work on my mindset, do whatever I have to do around the house. I'll read, and then I'll jump into the chats. The majority of the time, my girls are already in the chats by like 7 o'clock in the morning, and I don't get in there until about 8:30. So I make sure from like 4 to 8:30, or from like 5 to 8:30 or 9 o'clock, it's me. It's just my time. And as I go in, I always update them with where we're at in a group value. So that way they know, like, hey, you know, we're 50% higher than what we were last month on this date. So they're always, you know, they're always aware of our value and what we bring in at the end of the night. And, you know, I always check in with them. Okay, so, you know, host the post, or, you know, how many potentials, or, you know, we're constantly, you know, going back and forth. And I even keep myself accountable, you know, and let them know, like, oh my goodness, I got a potential, or I got a customer, or I got a distributor, you know. So it's constantly going back and forth with it. I'm very big on HAPs, and, you know, I'm constantly doing contests for HAPs. I'm constantly doing contests for the booms. You know, we're constantly always doing something together, to make things happen. And so, you know, like my 6th list is definitely the HAPs, the posting, you know, the follow-ups. And of course, you know, getting this your development in and inspiration in, and it's just, they're all non-negotiables in our business and in our team.
Absolutely. Sorry, I got distracted. Is the screen changing on your guys' end too, or only on mine? Some weird stuff going on.
It was on Rachel, and so Courtney just told me that Rachel was spotlighted, so I just put on Melissa.
Okay. I didn't know I had control over that. My bad. Sorry, I kept exiting out. But okay, we can go back to doing that then. It just confused me. But okay, so you said you do the self-development, you do the host to post. Like, what's your follow-up game look like, and how do you stay organized throughout the day? Because, you know, getting out 10 host to posts, you're constantly getting potentials. Like, anybody who truly does that, like, we know we get a lot of potentials every day, right? So, like, what's that look like?
So I always have a planner, but I'm actually in the middle of transitioning into a binder. So like I, you know, have my HAPs daily. And I also did like this yesterday. So like where I'll have my potentials for loyal customers and distributors. So now that I have this, you know, I'll use this method. But before, it was in my planner. So every day it would just be, you know, going back, also setting reminders on my phone. And ever since I started from day one, I would always set an appointment time with my customer, my potential customer or potential distributor. So if they would tell me, you know, maybe on Friday, to message them on that Friday and give them that time just for them. So I wouldn't reply. I don't reply to my team. I don't reply to nobody else. It is that time is just for my potential. And they get to ask whatever it is that they want, and we'll follow through with the transaction. So, you know, it's just like making sure you're organized, write everything down. If I have a set date, it goes on my calendar, it goes on my phone as a reminder, because it's so easy for people to slip through the cracks, you know? So I'm constantly it's all over the place. My phone, my planner, my calendar, my iPad, it's everywhere. So I know I have to follow up with that person.
I love that. Yeah, I call mine like a beautiful disaster because I have like 3 spiral notebooks, a binder, like it's just everywhere. But
that's why I'm trying to limit to the binder.
Yeah, exactly. But I was even messaging Jen at the beginning of the month because I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I feel like I'm like stretched everywhere. But I just like seriously think the world of you. I think you're seriously incredible. Your team is on fire. I mean, I adore Jennifer, so I know you're in good hands. Like, it's been a trip. Does anybody else have any other questions for her before we trade? Oh, you know what I did want to ask you? Like what Amanda had asked Rachel. Like if there was one tip that you can give somebody. Oh, and I wanted to know what your non-negotiables are every day. Like no matter what, if SHIT hits the fan and things go crazy, like what are you getting done no matter what?
Before anything, prayer. Bible, self-development. I read, my goal was 20 books for the year. I'm actually on my 20th book already. I read about 4 books in a month, you know, and all at the same time. I have Amanda's Audible, so I'm constantly on that. And, you know, of course, those host the posts and the follow-ups, the trainings. I go on my lives with the girls. Like I'm constantly interacting and, you know, all that. And trust me when I tell you, when April hit the fan so bad, I did not think that I was like, there was no way that it was going to be possible because of things happening. And then everything just bombarded me the last week of April. And I needed like 5,000. And I said, you know what, everything happening. And I said, there's just no way I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. It does not matter. So my thing is that you have to be disciplined. There is no way you're going to go anywhere if you are not disciplined. Trust me, there was days that I did not sleep. There was days I cried myself to sleep. But you know what? I got up and I did it regardless whether I wanted to or not, because I was disciplined and because I made a promise to myself. And my thing is that if you cannot keep a promise to yourself, you can't keep a promise to your kids. And if you don't want to show up or you don't have the desire to work, then you know what? You may not have it for you, but do it for your children and the generations to come. Okay? Like when I tell you I came into this thing broken, I was so broken. I thought of like divorce. I've thought of so many different things. And this business not only saved, you know, everything in our finances, but, you know, just in all, our whole family, our marriage, our children, everything. But it was because I decided to run with discipline and commitment to myself, because I knew that I must take care of myself first before I take care of my children. Yeah. You know, and I always say it's just like if you're going on a flight, the first thing they tell you is to make sure that you first have your mask on before you can help the other person. And that's exactly how it is in this business. You must work on your mindset. You must work in your life. You must do everything for yourself before you can do for your team. Because if you are broken, your team is going to be broken. And if you don't lead by example, then you're not going to get very far. So it's very important that wherever you are at this moment, in this minute, regardless of the situation or what it looks like, or if your goal is for, you know, presidential and you're like 25,000 away, it does not matter. It is there. It is done. It is finished. You have to believe it. You have to be dedicated. You have to be disciplined and motivated. And trust me, you're going to get there.
Yes. If I was a cartoon right now, like my eyes would pop out of my head and my tongue would roll out of my mouth. Like, that's how you make me feel. I love it. Like, seriously, girl, I can't wait to see what you freaking do next. I adore you. And Amanda, did you want to ask her anything? Thank you so much, Melissa.
Thank you.
And way to go.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're such an amazing person. I love speaking. Like every time you talk, I feel the same way as Valerie. I'm like, every time you talk, I'm like, you can just keep going, like keep going. You're so good. I just love you so much. We're so proud of you and just everything you bring to, you know, not only your team, but our entire team. You know what I mean? Like if you look at the chat when we're done, everyone is saying, wow, we have like chills, like speechless, like you're speaking to me. You know, you are a blessing to so many people on this team. So we're just so thankful for you. And I feel the same. I'm like, I cannot wait because you're probably going to go presidential this month.
Thank you, ladies.
All right. Thanks, Melissa.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, you guys, we are now going to have Rachel. Let me see if I can find you. I saw you somewhere. Oh, there you are. I see you, girl. Can you unmute yourself?
I need to do a drum roll for her real quick. Okay.
Yay. Okay. So those of you guys who do not know Rachel, you guys, you got to know her because she is so incredible and she just went presidential VIP elite. And again, you guys, she did not have the easiest month whatsoever. And so I'm so excited for you guys just to dive into her and like know a little bit what it has taken, you know, and everything that Rachel has kind of gone through. And I will just say Rachel is one of the most consistent, one of the most loyal people that I know. And she's actually been one of the longest distributors that I have had on this team. And so my heart is just so full for Rachel and just this huge promotion that she just got. So Rachel, congratulations, my friend. I'm so excited just for everyone to get to know you more. I know there's so many people who do know you, but our team has grown so much that there's so many people that do not. So if you can just, I'm going to unmute you and we will get going. So if you just want to let us know a little bit about who you are and how long you've been in this business and actually why you started this business. Like, was it, you know, did you know, like, when you started this business that you were going to be making a multiple six-figure income at any point?
No, I had no idea. Hi guys. Oh my gosh. I am so excited. I cannot believe, like, I can't even believe it. Like, presidential. I'm so excited. Just like Amanda said, like, I've been in this business so long. I've been in it for 5 years. And when I first started this business, I was like thinking, you know, I think I can do it. I remember telling my husband, like, I think I can do it. And he was like, well, if you think you can, like, just jump in, like, just try, you know? And at the time we were like struggling so bad. We needed money. You know, we were selling like all of our furniture and pawning a lot of our things. And so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to do it. I jumped in and I was just like, okay, like, let's go. So I, jumped in and then I, found out I was pregnant with my daughter. And from there, I just like worked the business consistently. Like, you guys should see what pops up on my time hop, like all of these posts. Like, I didn't even know what I was doing in the beginning. I was just posting. I knew that I had to post. Back then it was a lot more. It was like 6 to 9 posts a day. And so I was
It was like every hour.
Yeah, it was like literally like an 8-hour work day. Like, you were posting every hour on the hour. And so all of my posts pop up and it's just like, I was just doing all of the things. Whatever Amanda said do, I was like, okay, like, you're the coach, you know what to do, so I'm going to follow your lead. And so I just did exactly what she told me to. And, you know, the rest is history. I was posting every hour. And yeah, so now I just went presidential this last month. And like Amanda said, like, it was not an easy month at all. And just real quick about my story too, is that, you know, me and my husband, we grew up with single moms. And so I've always known, like, I have to work really hard, and I've always been a hard worker. And it's never been something that has been like, you know, ever since I was 15, like, I knew I had to work. And so I've always been a hard worker. And I knew that, you know, if I wanted something, then it's going to be hard work to go and get it. And I need to be consistent with it too. So, did you want me to go into like the struggles this last month?
Yeah, you can go ahead and go into the struggles and I just want to say a few other things, but yeah, go ahead. You can say that.
Okay. So, last month was so crazy, you guys. I woke up on April 1st and I was like, I just had this feeling, like it was like a gut punch feeling, and I was like, oh my gosh, like something kept telling me like presidential. And at that time, like I was sleeping on the couch. We had mold. We had found molds in our bathroom, and I found out that I was really sick and allergic to it. So this whole last year I was super sick. I was super allergic to the mold, and so I was feeling like just really like my headspace was not there. My like nothing was there. Nothing was aligned because I was sick, like physically, mentally, like I was sick. And so anyways, I was really sick. I was sleeping in my living room on the couch away from where the bathroom was at. And I woke up on April 1st and it just kept saying like, no, like this is your month, like this is your month. And I'm just like, what in the heck? Like, you know, you just get like this feeling. And so I'm like, okay, I'm just going to listen to it. So I took a shower. I put on the call, you know, the calls that they do on the first of the month with Mark. And I put on the call, and it's like, I felt like they were speaking directly to me. Like, you know, I just was like, oh my gosh, like this is my month. This is my month. So I get out of the shower and I text Valerie, and I text, you know, like a few of my strong leaders on my team. And I was like, you guys, we're going presidential this month. I don't know what it is, like, but it's our month. It's our month. And these girls, they knew that I had been super sick. They knew that, you know, all the struggles that I was going through. But I let them know, I'm like, okay, we ended last month meeting 30,000 volume. And so in order to get that every single day, I'm not even thinking about what the rest of the team is going to bring in right now. I know that I need to bring in 300 volume a day. And so I just stuck to that. I was like 300 volume a day. And then I upped it. And then I messaged Amanda. I'm like, okay, Amanda, like I'm going pres this month. I'm going to bring in 400 volume a day. And it just came out of nowhere. Like even Valerie was like, what the heck? Like, you know, you were just sick yesterday. And I'm like, I'm still sick, but like, I don't know what is going on. Like, I just feel like this is the time that I need to push. And so we had mold. We had, my mom was living with us at the time. And, you know, things were up in the air. Like if we were going to move, if we weren't going to move, whatnot. And so she moved out, and she's lived with us for 2 years. And so for me, and I'm a super like mama's girl. And so for me to have her move out was like really like a sad thing, you know, for me. I was just like so torn up by it. So anyways, so that was the first of the month. We didn't know my mom was going to move out or anything. Like the first of the month, I was ready to rally. I was so excited. And then the second, or it was either the second or the third, we had the people come in and do the repair on the shower for the mold. Now when they came in, they weren't experienced or anything like that. They took down the bathroom, and it was the worst because the molds like got out, and I started to like literally like choke. And so I had to leave the house, and yeah, I had to take up my kids, leave the house, and we were like, what are we gonna do? Like, you know, and this was the second or the third day of the month. So I was like, this just like throws a wrench in the problems that I'm having right now. You know, I'm trying to go pres. And so anyways, there was just that whole situation. And then anyways, we wound up moving on the 30th. And so literally the day that I'm pushing for this promotion to happen was the day that we moved out of my house. So all up until then, my husband was packing our entire house. I literally wasn't lifting a finger. I was like, I'll get to it when I get to it. Like, I promise I'll pack my clothes. And so that was like the least that I could do. But yeah, so anyways, sorry. What did you want to say, Amanda? I could just keep rambling.
Sorry, I unmuted you. No, you can literally keep going. I think your story is so good. What I did want to say is that I couldn't even remember what I wanted to say, but do you want to keep going, or do you want to?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I can keep going. So let's see, what else was it? Oh, so the bathroom was being done, and I'm like, are we gonna have to stay in a hotel? Like, what's going on? You know, what are we gonna do? And then, yeah, the 30th came, and our team was still, we woke up at 4,700 that month, or that day. 4,700 is still what we needed that day, the last day of the month. And then the clients reran again, and so we needed 3,700. And you know, we had the guys at the house moving my entire home, and I'm like, you guys, like, I need this Wi-Fi, I need to stay here, I need the Wi-Fi. So I'm like sitting at the computer, or the counter, and they're moving all the stuff. You know, these guys, Anthony only had 2 of his friends. My husband, he only had 2 friends come help him move that day. And it was an insane day, just to say the least. But we made it happen. The team came together. We rallied so hard. And I literally couldn't have done this without my team, without them. Like, you know, we would not have made it to Prez, because I was pushing you. I woke up on the first, and it took some time, you know, to get everybody in. And I kept saying, okay, guys, I just enrolled 9 loyal customers today. I'm at 9. Like, my number was 9. So then I started to think like it was some magical number. So I'm like looking up anything and everything. And like, if you guys look up like the angel number 9, I'm like asking Courtney, and I'm like, okay, like this is a sign, you know, the team might not be in yet, but they're going to be there. They're going to be there. And so a little bit like halfway to the month, then the team really was like, okay, like we're all in. And it was just incredible, you guys. It was chaotic, to say the least, because it was such a crazy month. And yeah, just like someone said in the chat, the devil definitely tries to throw these wrenches. And I will say that, like, without depending on like God, then it would not have happened. Like, I don't know where our team would have gone. I don't know. Someone was asking me like, what self-development did I do last month? And I'm like, Jesus and prayers, like a lot of prayers, because, you know, I was listening to Steve Harvey. So I like to listen to him. If you guys look him up on YouTube, he's one of my favorites. But, you know, I was saying so many prayers. I was praying for every single person on my team. I was praying for, you know, anybody who was promoting with me, praying that they were going to have the right people led into their business. I was praying for the customers. I remember telling Valerie, like, every time that I started to get these doubts, I remember telling Valerie, I'm like, I'm just going to say a prayer real quick. I'll be right back. You know, because she's my accountability partner. And so I would go and say my prayer. All of a sudden, the customers would flow in from literally nowhere. Like, I can't even explain it. I mean, I was putting in the work. I was getting out 15 to 20 post to post every single day. But I would say a prayer, and I remember saying specifically one prayer, and I was like, you know, praying that the volume would overflow to where I was having a hard time keeping up. And instantly I got 14 customers that one day, just in that one day. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, thank you, God, like, you know. And so I just say, like, you know, I don't know, that was just my biggest support thing. I don't know. I just kept rambling right now. So did you want to ask me a specific question?
No, I just want to say, like, it really was just an incredible thing to even witness. And I will just tell you guys that, like, going presidential, you know, it really does, like, just like what Rachel said, like, you know, she put so much work behind it. And it really was, like, just seeing, like, I'm a part of her team chat and stuff. You know, just they have me in there. And so they lead it, and I just sit back and I go in there and I'll watch things, or I'll kind of pop in there here and there. But the unity that that team has, and how Rachel and Valerie come together and really lead it, is just incredible. And so very similar to like what Melissa's saying, like, it really is a unit. And so going presidential is not just one person, it really is a team. And so to come together and see everyone rise is just amazing. And I talked to Rachel several times throughout the day. And so, you know, several times she's like, I got another customer, I got another one. She's like, I got 9. And every day she was getting 9 and 9. And so, you know, there is so much power behind prayer. There is so much power. And I will say, like, going presidential, it is a lot of work. It is a lot of preparation. It is a lot of God leading the way for your team. And so, you know, it was just incredible thing to see. And I absolutely love that, you know, you guys, she had, like, even like through all of that, did you guys hear, like, all of that, all those rocks that were literally like thrown at her? The devil was literally trying to pull her down, you know, drag her down. And so, but the very first day, you know, April 1st, she said, I am going presidential. This is the month I am going presidential. She knew exactly how much she needed. She knew exactly where she needed volume, exactly where she needed to work at, you guys. She prepared for it. Her mind, she was ready for her work to be done. And I will tell you, like, this girl worked. And when she told me, you know, I'm going to get 400 group volume or 400 BV every day, you know, I love taking on, you know, challenges. And so I can help be accountable too. And I said, okay, I am too. You know, so we would always say, like, okay, I got 100 BB and I got 150 BB. And so, you know, it is just, it's amazing when, you know, you come together with somebody and you just see like everything that they do. And no matter what, like she would like tell me what's going on and I'm like, oh my gosh. And then she'd like be like, oh, I just got 14 customers. I'm like, what? Like, girl, I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, oh, I'm just doing host to post. They're just coming to me. They're like, everything's just coming to me. And so, you know, it really is just like when you prepare for it, you guys, God is going to lead the way. And I will always say that if you are asking for diamond to happen this month, if you're asking for double or ruby or whatever you're asking for, I always say this, and you guys who are, you know, been with me, you guys here are probably going to know what I'm going to say, but are you preparing for the work that it takes to do that? You know, Rachel was prepared for that. She knew that she was not feeling good. She was sick. She knew that, you know, sometimes like, you know, she just knew obstacles that were going to come in her way. And she was prepared to do whatever she needed to do that. And so it was just an incredible, incredible thing. And somebody asked in here, man, I can't even fathom getting 300 BV. Like you were getting 400 BV a day. So Rachel, what do you do what do you do every single day? Is it something like different than what we teach, or, you know, what do you do every single day that makes you like Rachel the unicorn?
No, so I literally do just the same thing that you guys do. I just did more of it that month, and I had everything aligned. You know, I knew what my goal was. I knew that no matter what, I knew that things were going to be thrown at me just the month before. The other obstacle that I had gone through is I had a couple of major leagues quit on me. I had to completely rebuild And so I had some major leagues quit. And, but anyways, what I do is I just stay consistent. I run with my workers and I encourage them every single day. You know, they know that they can always get on a phone call with me. And if they're willing to put in the work, then I'm willing to match it and, you know, and coach them all the way through it. And a lot of my girls too, they know that, that self-development is something that I'm just so huge on. And that's always like the number one thing. You know, if they come in to the team, they're like, oh, like, you know, frustrated. I'm like, okay, let's go do your self-development first. And then we can have a discussion, because I know like your mind isn't in the right space right now. And so self-development, I would say, is something so huge that we do on our team. 10 plus host to post. And this month, because I had such a huge goal, I was going to 15 to 20 a day. And I also got blocked the entire last like week and a half. So the entire week and a half that I was blocked, the host to posts were blowing up. I had like 60 comments on one host to post. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I was just having like a nervous breakdown because I was blocked. And so I was trying to like message everybody at the same time. And this is where like God was coming in. He was like, I'm sending you all of these people, you know, you asked for it. And so I was like, yep, I did. I'm so grateful. Like, thank you so much. So I would just be like, okay, message me and I'll, you know, so then after I got blocked from commenting, but there's just, you know, you just have to put forth the work, and I promise like those enrollments will come. And so we did 15 to 20 host to post every single day. Self-development was so huge. I started to like write down what I wanted to and like visualize it. So on my phone case, like background, I had on there presidential, and then I had 100K, and because that's the volume that you need to go pres. And so I had that on there. And then I think also just really setting the vision for our team is what we did as well. You know, I told the team, I posted our boom contest at the beginning of the month, and I said, we are pres this month, April 2020. Yeah, the 6-minute journal, Valerie, that's what I was doing too, the 6-minute journal. So I started to do that, and really I was just putting forth the work, you know, in all of my prayers that I said too. I'm like, you know, I'll put forth the work if you'll provide like the people. And so it just happened like that. And, but yeah, we just do all of the work that you say every single day, Amanda. And I was adding people left and right. You know, I was going live more often, and I do not like going live, but I forced myself to go live. And then I was also just like talking with more people. So I was doing more follow-ups. I was doing more like interacting. I was doing more of the product posts too, because I know that I needed volume. And so I was just putting in more effort, you know, because I knew that if everyone else was running, I knew that I was going to get left behind if I didn't pick it up. Even with how sick I was, I knew that if I didn't pick it up, like I was going to get left behind. And I'm a blue and I want to go where the party goes. So I'm like, hey, you know, blue, yellow, but I'm like, hey, don't leave me behind. So I'm like running to catch up, you know, and then I just put my working hat on and I just went from there. But yeah, and our team just came together. We did so many contests. So one thing I wanted to share, sorry, this isn't part of the question, but do you want me to keep going, Amanda?
Yeah, keep going. You're doing so good.
Okay. Sorry. Okay, so one of the things that I did too, on the 25th of the month, we still needed 18,000 group volume. And so on the 25th of the month, I was like, oh my gosh, you guys, this is so close. So I put together this little thermometer thing. I put our team pictures from conference, like we're in this together, we're a team. And then I put 18,000 group volume needed. Let's go Prez. And so on the 25th of the month, it was a Saturday, but I was just really loud. And for those who know me, I don't like to be loud or the spotlight or anything like that. And so I was being super loud. You know, Amanda's like, make a thermometer, be loud, be loud. And I'm like, okay, I will. So I told the team, I'm like, okay, guys, we need 18,000 volume. Like I was scared, but I knew that we could do it. I'm like, okay, we have 6 days left. 18,000 volume divided by 6 is going to be about 3,000 a day. I went to my leaders and I told them, you guys, okay, let's break it up. So if we need 3,000 total, and then we had 9, I think it was like 9 diamond and aboves in our leadership chat, I'm like, then we each need about 300 volume a day. And so I just divided it per team. And, you know, I let the leaders lead their teams and I just rallied everybody in our chat. We have one main chat and I just rallied everybody. I was just like, okay, guys, it's go time. I would update every time the system was updating. I would update every single person. So I was like in our chat and I'm like, okay, guys, we need 17,400 left. Okay, we need, you know, 17,000. We just made it below 17,000. And so it was crazy because at the end of the month, we had people who had just joined the business and they had no idea what going Prez meant. But everybody came together and was pushing for us to go Prez. It was so amazing to see that unity because they knew that it was something so important and so huge, like such a huge milestone for our team, that everybody came together and everyone pitched in. And I was going live in my team page more often. I was just speaking life over them. I was letting them know. And now our team is on fire. Like they're not stopping this month. You know, there's a lot of people who are going for those promotions this month because they saw that 18,000 is what we brought in from the 25th to the end of the month. And we actually brought in more because we got like over almost 1,000 over 100,000. So it was incredible. But yeah, everybody in our chat got to see that it was just an explosion. It was down to like the last 2 hours and the team was like, boom, 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 boom in our chat. And it was just going off. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys, like, we're doing this. And yeah, so we wound up not having to buy out anything. And our entire team just came through and we made Prez. We did it. So it was so exciting. But yeah, that was quite a month.
That is so amazing and just so inspiring. And honestly, just to be able to see it and just witness like everything that you guys did, it was just so, so incredible. But did you guys really hear that, you know, we might think like, whoa, she got in so much volume. Like she got 126 customers, you guys, like that is insane, right? Like she did above and beyond. And I think so often, and I was even, and she could even tell you there were several times I'm like, girl, what are you doing? And she's like, I'm just doing what we always do. But did you hear? So she's doing what we all do, you guys. She does the core 5 things. But did you hear she does more? She did more of everything. And this is what we teach every day, you guys. It's a numbers game. The more you do, the more you get. The more you pray, the more we receive, right? The more you do, the more you get. And that is exactly what Rachel and her team were doing. And so, and honestly, you guys, it was everyone coming together. And she would ask me she's like, can I do this? I'm like, girl, yes, you got this. I'm like, go live in your chat right now. I'm like, go do this, you know, because I know like it was done. And I knew that it was done because on April 1st, she said it was done. Okay, so how inspiring is that? Like I have goosebumps right now because it really, really is done when you say it's done. The minute that little like tickle in your heart or that little thought in your mind or anything comes in, you guys, that is God telling you a message, and just know it is done when you put the work behind it. Okay. And I remember, like, Rachel would tell me, she's like, I'm going to be your first presidential besides Derek. I'm going to be your first presidential. And I had no doubt that because she said that, I knew that she was, because she was so determined to be that first presidential on our team, you know, to claim that and, you know, to do that. And she did. She put the work behind it. She got her team together and everyone came, you know, and did it. And so it was just so incredible, Rachel. I'm so, so proud of you and your leadership and your team. It is just like, I feel so like close to this promotion too. And I don't know if it's just because you're my baby. I don't know. Like, it was just so incredible. And I just loved watching everything that you and your team were doing. So it was just so amazing. You guys, I have so many other questions, but I think Rachel just literally just nailed everything. And so what she does, you guys, she keeps it simple. She works super close with her team. She is loud for her team. So she's leading from the front, you guys, and she's just claiming what she wants. And she's already claiming ambassador for this year. And I have no doubt that that will be the next step. I have no doubt that Rachel will be ambassador diamond, her and her team. And so, cause she's already claimed it. And so you guys, what do you want? You know, what do you want like out of this month? This is rare air. And so when Rachel told me, you know, it was just a few days ago, I think it was on May 1st, she was like, I'm going ambassador. I'm like, yes, you are, girl. And so she said, you know, I have this feeling something's telling me to keep running. You guys, she just made a rank that could set her for the rest of her life making multiple six-figure income. Right? She could stop right then and there, but she has she has something in her that's saying, you know, you need to go more. You need to do more. And the reason is not necessarily for Rachel having more money or more of this, is so she can bring more people along to help along the way. The reason Rachel is presidential is because she brought her team along. She brought everyone along with her, and that is why, you guys. So, you guys, what do you want out of this month, and who is going to help you get there? Okay, if you are brand new, I want you to think of 3 people that you can bring on your team right now who they need to make extra money. How you can get to Ruby, the very first rank. If you are going for diamond or above or emerald or whatever rank that you're going for, who on your team can you help them get to that next rank? And that's really what's about. Who can you bring on that needs money? Who can you bring on that needs the products? You guys, this is rare air. If you are not enrolling, then we have to figure out what of those 5 things that Rachel was talking about, what are those 5 things that we coach on our team that is the missing link? Because I guarantee once you find that missing link, you will be unstoppable. And you will be just like Rachel, going all the way up to the top, enrolling. And, you know, and the thing is, you guys, is Rachel, she just did not ever give up. And there was times, and this is what I was going to say at the beginning, I know we're kind of going over, but I wanted to say this really quickly. You know, Rachel's been on our team for over 5 years. There were times where her and I got on the phone and she wanted to quit. There was a time where she was, and I think it was like when she was about Ruby, and she was like, I just don't know if this is for me. And, you know, there was times where she felt defeated. There were times where she felt like, you know, she just had last month a double diamond on her team quit. There has been so many times where things have happened. This was not just a smooth road, but do you want to know the one thing that Rachel would always do? Show up, be consistent, and always lead from the front. And one of the most coachable people I know. And I don't know everything, you guys, but I do know that when something is working for somebody, it's going to work for me. And I know if it works for me, that I can coach that, and I know it will work for them too. And so Rachel is so coachable and does, anything that, if somebody's doing something right, she's going to do what they did and just mimic that and have the results too. Probably 10 times the results that the other person got. But, it takes all of those things, you guys. But the one thing that she never did was she never gave up. Even the times where she felt defeated, even those times where she felt, man, I don't know if I can do this. She kept going, and she kept going for her family, for herself, and for so many other people. So Rachel, I'm just so proud of you and your team. I just love you to pieces. And you killed it. So I just have to say you are just so amazing and just so inspiring for us. Thank you so much for all you do, not only for your team, but our entire organization. So All right, my friends. I could go on and on, but we are a little over our time. So if you guys have specific questions you want to ask Rachel, or you just are like, okay, I need to know more about this, you guys either just send me over a message or put it in our team chat or on our Team Diamond Dream Squad, and we will get those questions answered for you. But I just love you guys all to pieces. I know so many big things are happening this month, and I want to see all of you guys rise. I want to see all of you guys, hit those ranks that you are going for, because you can. Okay, so just know you just gotta put the work behind it, even if it's hard. Even if it's a hard time in the month, you just gotta keep going. Keep going, and you guys will get there. So, all right, my friends, Melissa and Rachel Melton and Rachel Wilkins, thank you guys so much just for your time, and Valerie for helping me lead this. I love you guys all to pieces, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye, guys.